just right at this moment in life, we're at the 6. We're at the 3-6.
I mean, realistically, none of us know of Drow heritage except Marikoth, really. I mean, we've probably heard stories and stuff like that, but we're all good characters, and I'm sure deep down we have a hard time believing that an entire race is evil. However, most Ettins are evil, most kobolds are evil, most goblins are evil, etc., etc., etc.
No, I'm loving it. I think you guys are doing awesome.
I think so. I think so too. But I mean, this is why I like doing stuff when I GM. You know, exact scenarios like this, because it's a lot of role playing and it's a party killer.
Hey, do you want to hear something funny? Ember's all for let the drow live. Lexa, who's part drow, would have been like, kill the bitch.
Probably.
That's because you just didn't like looking at yourself in the mirror.
You know what Magnus would have said? Are you two related? You sisters? You two wee lasses need a moment together? I miss Magnus.
He's the best swimmer around.
He was just an asshole to everybody. He didn't hate everybody, he was just... It's like the Ugly Kid Joe song.
By the way, our views have gone up 50 in the last half hour.
So, Liz back yet? Elizabeth.
Come out and play, yay!
And move on. Let's go.
Warriors!
Didn't we fall for this?
That's an old movie.
That's pretty
Now, were
weird,
you
man.
first person or third person?
Were you dancing like that too? You say 2 months? Two months is a really short time.
Well, like I said...
Alright, I'm back.
Alright, here we go. This up tonight? Okay, you guys gather in, and you can see she has a room that has been cleared out. Again, there's a layer of dust. Lock immediately as you walk in. You kind of look around. You notice that there's a layer of dust on everything here, and at that point, you realize, you make the connection that the earthquake's probably knocked some dust loose from the ceiling that has dropped on everything. So even though when you entered the temple, it probably covered up any of the tracks that she has made as she's moved about. You can see that there's a couch, a table, there's a desk, there's a large bed and a chest that's locked at the foot of the bed. She takes up position and sits down in a chair on the table. She puts both hands palm down on the table and looks at each of you as you enter the room.
I kind of mill about outside here.
Okay.
Hey, there's the inner Magnus.
And I position myself to make sure I can cover if something's coming down the hallway or not.
Okay. She looks up at you again, Locke. She locks eyes with you, and she says,
Aye, thank you.
Aye.
Your city is in danger, as is all of the surface realm. But your city will be the first pawn. Or no, she doesn't say pawn. She says your city will be the first stone that is dropped or broken. As she closes her eyes, she begins chanting. You can see that her hands begin to glow, as well as her. It's almost like an aura that goes from her fingers, surrounds her fingers, up her hands, up her arms, that sort of thing. Marakoth, she is casting a spell at this point.
Okay. I'm...
She's casting a ritual spell, not a regular spell.
Okay, so that could be divination.
It's possible, yes. But whatever she's casting is going to be powerful because it's not a regular spell. This is something that she is concentrating. She is in her home turf. She has her own ingredients. It's kind of one of those spells that that take a lot of power to cast.
Modron, what is she casting?
Would I know?
There's no more spell casting, is there?
Arcana.
Arcana. Yeah, okay. Arcana, yeah. Go ahead.
Can I make that roll too, Mitch?
Yes. Okay, Marakoth, you immediately know she's casting a divination spell.
Okay, I let her go. I have my bow knocked, but pointed down.
Okay. She is. You guys watch her, and for a full minute, I mean, she is chanting. She's kind of moving about. She takes one hand, reaches into a pouch on her belt. She grabs something, crumbles it in her hand, and it appears in a flash of magical light. She's
telling the truth. She's casting divination.
After about a minute, her hands turn from the table to the south wall here, and she kind of splays over, and you can see an image appear upon the walls. And what you guys see is an image of Waterdeep, as if seen from someone on top of Mount Waterdeep, looking down at the city. As you guys watch, you can see what appears to be several different colors of dragons, species of dragons, diving upon the city, blowing different sorts of breath weapons and destroying different parts of it. You can see resistance coming from the city. This all happens in like sort of a fast forward as it goes on. You can see parts of the city fall, crumble, and then rebuild. As then you see great storms fall upon the city, as if like a hurricane comes in from the coast, and then you see a tornado hit, and a volcano, almost like a volcano, erupt in part of the city. You can see part of the city freeze in a winter type thing, and all of this is happening within moments. It's like a fast forward scene, and then finally you can see the scene changes from a viewpoint on top of Mount Waterdeep to almost an aerial viewpoint above the city, and towards where you guys, those of you who grew up in the city, you remember the yawning portal in where where the main entrance is, where the guy lets you down into the Underdark. You see what looks like almost like a swarm of ants start swarming out and into the city, and moving from here to there and there to there until the city starts to seem like it decays and falls apart, and then suddenly the scene ends, and she sits back, breathing heavily.
That was epic.
Too shocked to say words, so someone else got.
Yeah,
Um,
been quiet.
Question for you: in what time frame does that happen?
You have no idea.
I understand. I'm asking her. I'm saying, is that months? Is that years? Is that hundreds of years?
She appears to be recovering from the spell. She does not answer you.
Somebody bound her hands.
Thank
Somebody
you.
bind her hands now.
No! Thank you.
Mitch,
Showing us.
You've done us a great service in this warning.
She takes a deep breath, and she opens her eyes, looks at you, Modwin, and she says, "This is not a service for you." She looks over at Locke, says, "What you carry is a marker. Your city is in great peril. The dragons will come. The elements will come. And my people will destroy."
Is there anything we can do to stop?
You broke up. What?
Is there anything we can do to stop this from happening?
There is... What I see is the future that is written now. It is not the future that is.
What you saw, is that days, months, years, hundreds of years?
Yes.
So the dragons are the first. When does that occur?
She looks at you and she says, "I think you know when that occurs."
What do you mean by his...
Each of you...
Thank you.
Or she doesn't say it. She says, "You have saved me. You have given me my life and restored my purpose. This is the least of what I can do for you. I have no qualms with the surface people. That is not my goal. My goal is to restore this temple. If this temple leads to a forward base for assault, I cannot say whether it is or not. I mean you no harm." And she looks at each of you. She says, I mean you no harm. This is my task. This is what my goddess has set before me. And she looks at Modwin and says, "You understand, when your god calls you, you perform what your god wishes." Yes?
That I do.
I mean you no harm. You are welcome here. You will reach no harm here. However, I cannot guarantee that this temple will not, when once restored, will not be a forward base for what you have seen in my visions. I am sorry.
What does a marker mean? Like, what do you mean by his weapons are markers?
He carries my people's weapons. She gestures towards his hand crossbows. "Look,
They scouted the city, is
There.
what she's saying.
my people have been in your city for countless generations. But once your city is weakened enough and the defenses fail, this will happen."
Thank you.
She nods towards you.
So even if your goddess is tasking you to rebuild this temple, and that would cause the fall of Waterdeep, that's something your conscience is alright with?
I don't care one way or another.
Because-
Would you, honestly, if you knew where my city was, and your people wished to conquer it, would you say that your people would not?
They would if they wanted to, and they could, but, I mean... Moradin is the god of making, not destroying, so
That's not the way I know your god. My people have faced your god and your people many times, and your god is not about making. Not that we've seen. Do you deny this?
No, I don't. You're right. When you've seen us, I'm sure we've only been out to destroy you and all you do. But
Do you give us safe passage out of this temple?
She guaranteed us that.
Jay said we're welcome here anytime.
You are welcome. Here. I grant you that for my life. Even you.
Do you give us safe
and she-
passage out of this temple?
Even though, like, she says something and Dish, because your comprehend languages lasts an hour, she calls you Roth dung, basically, bullshit. She calls you she says, even you, and she says Roth dung are welcome here.
Do you give us safe passage out of this temple?
Of course.
Let's go.
are you okay? No, I'm the one worrying about letting this temple be restored if it's gonna lead to the fall of Waterdeep. What do we do about that?
We leave.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Thank you. Again.
Thank you.
So when you say always welcome here, if we were to return when your people were here in the middle of getting ready for to launch a siege on Waterdeep, we're still welcome here? Right then?
When you guys leave the chamber, you can see that there is a large spider standing right
Whoa!
there.
Ah!
I pull.
Go ahead, Locke.
Oh, go on.
I walk up to her, I hand her her cloak and her mace.
She smiles and thanks you.
Good day.
Hey, Morden
Your gods watch over you.
I
You'll
pull
need it.
those. I pull those 2 crossbows out, and I put them down on the couch here, and I walk out.
She looks at you and she nods, smiles, as knowing like you did the right thing. As you guys leave, you can see that there are 2 gigantic spiders in each corner watching you leave.
I take my hand axe out and
As
I
you guys-
whack off a leg of the onyx statue.
Do you really want to do that?
Yes.
No! Damn it!
No!
No, he doesn't. The ceiling above you, the webs.
I really want to do
They're
it.
still. I know you want to. The ceiling above you seem to be alive, and you can see what appears to be thousands of spiders of different sizes moving about.
I take my hand crossbow that I've got and I hand it to Locke. I don't use it.
Oh, you wouldn't have saw me leave them.
You wouldn't have them on you now, though, would you?
Right, but I usually keep them away now
Oh, hidden.
since
Okay.
since I've got a bow. It wouldn't be like immediately noticeable, especially with the bag of holding.
I don't know about you, but I don't see Modwin go up the rope.
You don't see what?
I want to go home.
All right, are you guys heading back up the chasm?
What did you say? Oh, getting back up? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You guys make it back up. I'm not gonna roll for you.
I would probably climb up and then help the others up.
I would tie a rope around my waist and you'd all pull me up.
Then I would have it to Raven and have her run back and forth up and down the cavern.
Okay, you guys make your way back up. And again, the mist is diminishing, but it's still covering the area.
So, I think one of the conclusions that I've come to is that there are all races in this world that are just inherently evil. Now, obviously, there are exceptions to the rule. But I look to Marakoth. They all inherently evil. Even her words agreed to that. She supported that. We know by us leaving that we are allowing evil to flourish.
Well, we're leaving the drow end
no,
open,
we're
but we can
not.
attack it from the other end. dragons was first. Let's stop the dragons and we'll stop the prophecy.
Let's think about this, Locke. If we'd done anything to her, we've been fighting our way out, and we may have lost friends.
Sure. And perhaps saved thousands of lives. We don't know.
Sometimes
We're talking what ifs here.
Sometimes it is better to attack and then come around for another attack. Sometimes it's better to retreat and then come back.
We have to warn our people.
Retreat. I'm not talking about. I
I'm using the
feel.
wrong word.
I'm trying to point out that there's. We're letting something pretty serious here go. Now,
We have to go back to
I
Waterdeep.
understand the whole. I understand that. I mean, obviously, we've all seen the divination or whatever she called it.
If it's true, in fact, we don't know if it was a fancy illusion.
Exactly. We don't. We don't know what we've been dealing with, but we do know that she spoke some truths. I'm sure there were lies in there too, but the truths were that her people will try to destroy Waterdeep. Not the dragons, not the elements, but her people will come in the end and destroy Waterdeep after its defenses are softened by those first forces.
Well,
What if we don't let those first forces soften it?
they're already there.
What do you mean?
Didn't you hear? They've been there
Of course.
long before we were born.
And long
But-
after we're dead.
But what we can do is warn someone, and we can make sure that any drow that come here are taken out.
But I've seen.
She can rebuild the temple if she wants, doesn't mean it ever gets populated.
I've never seen any dragons in Waterdeep though.
I just watch hundreds fly across the sky. I'm not about to argue that, and the fact that came up means it's happening soon.
Oh, I see what you mean.
We left Waterdeep because we were in danger and we were putting our families in danger from were rats. That is nothing compared to what kind of danger they're going to be in now.
Exactly. I think we have to go back and warn them.
Aye, so do I.
Are we ready? No. But I'd rather lose my life and save thousands than do nothing at all.
Aye, same here.
Make sure Oakley's death wasn't for nothing.
And if we die, ours won't be for either.
He's probably a butterfly watching us right now.
So we are all drawing a line in the sand that we are going to stand on the side of light and goodness.
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Of course.
And we understand that there are creatures out there that we know all the complete opposite of that. And whether they are bound or gagged or defenseless or not, we understand that they will eventually walk the opposite of the path that we do.
Well, some of us understand that, Locke. Some of us still have trouble getting there. And I look at Ember and Modwin.
We're walking. We're doing things now that none of us imagined we'd be doing a month ago. We're making decisions that are going to radically impact thousands of lives.
Well,
We have to make sure that we're going to end up having to be hard enough to make these decisions.
I know. I
And
don't
one of
like
these
the thought
decisions
of all
should
that
have been,
responsibility.
I come and stand in front of Locke. Well, if we're going to do this, we're going to have to do it together, but we're going to need someone to go point. And I nominate Locke. He's the best of us all. Any
Aye,
seconds?
that he is.
I agree. G is definitely the best.
I'll always stand behind Talon and Raven and Locke. Even if I don't agree, I'll stand behind you.
So Locke, Marketh?
Markov looks up in the sky and casts produce flame like 5 times in a row.
Someone's angry.
Well, Locke, where you lead, we're gonna follow.
Okay, we've got a drow to kill.
Are we going back down?
As I laugh and turn back towards Waterdeep.
We need to go back to the Oakleys first.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
They
Why?
have to know too.
I must warn my people.
They're on the way to Waterdeep.
They're so weird.
They're cool.
They're weird. They don't eat meat.
And you eat
Nick?
nothing but meat.
Mitch,
Well,
Yes.
actually,
I reach
it's,
into my bag.
it's Locke's decision. We all agreed. Locke, where do we go?
Mitch,
Yes.
are you there? I reach into my bag and I pull out a ring. And I put the ring on.
He turns invisible, sees a big fiery eye.
I said, we have to go back to the... I am Marikov, 5th in line to the throne of Liffendale. I must warn my people.
Is this supposed to impress us? Because, you know, I used to have, like, lunch with sons of people that were probably higher up than that.
Wow, that's
Oh,
harsh.
wow.
After you sat there and listened to the drow, you know, her spillings, and you dismiss Marikoth when he actually shows you signs that he is noble. That's kind of bad.
He's beyond noble, though. It sounds like he's almost a prince.
Almost.
I'm just joking, though. We're just
Fifth in
joking
line.
with him.
5th.
Okay, we'll go. I get it. I'm just joking with him.
I don't think Markov has a sense of humor.
He's probably glaring at me right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I would
think-
think so too. Yes.
I think that really wounded his pride, Ember.
Wait, so you're telling me you guys are gonna follow a sewer rat? Sewer rat boy?
You were never a sewer rat.
Absolutely.
You were a
Like our
man.
cute, cuddly
To me-
sewer rat boy, and I hug Locke. Because you're kind of cute with one eye.
First person I met in Waterdeep. Always a man of high standards.
And you're the one who sacrificed the most. Not that Talon isn't a close second.
We need like a iconic saying from Locke to end this tonight.
Yes.
For it.
Hey, but I want to know something before we follow you. What does G stand for?
True.
Come on.
Raven just looks away, rubs her head, it's like,
He's searching for a saying.
Damn it.
Once more into the breach, dear friends, once more.
Marikoth, what's your family name?
That's a
I've
good
heard that
question.
saying, but I don't remember where it's from.
I thought you said it. I thought you said you're 5th in line to the...
I just made it up. Liffendale.
It's so drunk.
He's still glaring at Ember, so it's okay.
Liffendale. That's good enough.
Perhaps the wisdom of the elves could help us in our journey. Off to Riffendell we go.
He just wanted to go to the, to Oakley's family.
Yes, I want to send word their way. What is going on? My people can send an army here to dispatch this temple.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to get back to your people or send a message, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Hi ho, it's off to the elves we go.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Wait a minute. A whole city full of Marquests? I'm sitting this one out.
Oh, I'm loving this. It's going to be awesome for next week.
Oh man.
I think I
Wait.
sprained my
I've
ankle.
wanted to make an Elven city for
Fifth
so
in
long. I have
line.
no idea.
So
The-
how
the-
many more of you are there?
Leave me here. Come back for me later.
They
You
are.
ask- are you asking me that?
I might have to start drinking more.
Your people are friendly to dwarves, aren't they?
They hate
I'll make sure
dwarves.
you're fine. Just, I'll make sure you're fine.
Hey, at least I haven't tried to marry you off. Do you know how many times my family's tried to marry me off?
What, you want to get married?
Well, no,
I'm
they
not
keep
getting
they keep saying
Rich people
no.
problems.
Yes.
That's so Bravo TV.
That was awesome.
Alright, guys. Well, we're going to cut it here, and we will pick up next week with a little trip into Elven Land.
Oh God.
Yay.
Third level?
Absolutely. You guys
So
have
does that-
you guys have surpassed third level. But
Ember
yeah,
should be on her best behavior since she understands the whole noble thing and be better next week.
that should be fun. I want you to definitely play that, Kelly, for next week. I want you to definitely play the noble end because you're probably the only one that's going to fit into this culture that you're going to be thrown into.
Hey,
Ember-
today I was just worried about being the bratty noble, so you know.
Well, the funny thing that I'm looking forward to is Ember feeling she's an equal just because she's a noble, but not realizing Mitch's elves are all dicks.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be like, what the hell?
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
And Dish is playing it perfectly.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
like Marikoff. I was just getting pissed at him over the draw.
You guys just want me to punish you, don't you?
It's inevitable, dude. We're going to an elven city. It's probably going to be run by Quintos or something like that.
Okay,
Who's to say he's not king?
That's what I'm saying.
someone come up with the odds.
That's
See who
awesome.
gets in trouble first, or who does the first offense.
Well, I already killed you first, which I already stated earlier in the game session. So Mark will be next.
Yo. Oh, you said Markoff, not Mark.
Mark, I said Mark.
Damn it.
As
There are
in
two
Mark
of us.
N, not Mark
Hey,
G.
Ember has great respect for Marikoff. He had table manners.
I just want to say I wasn't asking for it.
That was great, great job, guys. I loved it. Thank you to Mark for saving this adventure because you guys were like, "Oh, let's just keep going north." I'm like, "How many fucking things do I have to throw? How many snowballs do I have to throw in your face until you finally go, what
Oh,
the hell, man?"
I did that on purpose just to
I
mess with you.
I do remember
Mitch,
one
Mitch,
time.
Like, seriously.
For the record, I pretty much